Welcome to a new edition of Gator Bites. Hi, I'm Jodi Stewart, and we could not be more thrilled about today's guest. We've been waiting to talk to him for so long. He has an iconic last name, but has made a name for himself as a songwriter, vocalist, multi-instrumentalist whose new album got to #1 on Billboard's charts, and he's currently out on tour with Guns N' Roses, coming to South Florida in just a couple of weeks. Gotta welcome in Wolfgang Van Halen. Wolfgang, hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to be here.
Hey, so you're a busy guy. We know that. Thank you so much for taking the time with us. I want to talk to you about so much. I know we only have a few minutes, but I do want to talk about the new album, because your debut album, Mammoth, WVH, my goodness, #1 on the charts, 2 songs from the album hit #1. I got to ask you, did you ever imagine in your wildest dreams that your debut effort would get to #1 and you'd see this much success?
Not at all. It's absolutely been a crazy experience that I I did not see any of this happen whatsoever.
Okay, so you wrote every song, you sing every song, you play every instrument on every song. To me, that just sounds crazy. I know that, well, we all know that you were the bass player of Van Halen for over a decade, but bass was not the first instrument you started playing, right?
I started playing drums
Drums.
first.
And you're mostly self-taught.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
So,
people don't believe that, but yeah.
no, I definitely do, but like, how did you figure out you could play every instrument? Did you just start going around the house picking up instruments and starting to play, or
Yeah, just
how did that happen?
picking up and asking for pointers, like, hey, how do you do that? Okay, cool, and then just kind of taking it into my room and figuring it out myself.
So Mammoth WVH, the album, when did you start writing it? Was it something you always wanted to do? And when you started envisioning it, did you know that you were going to write every song and play every instrument?
No, I just knew I was just kind of following what I enjoyed. I was just having a good time writing music that I wanted to hear. I had been just kind of writing with the intention of recording it at some point, but I didn't know what it was going to be. Some ideas go back as early as 2013. It was just me kind of figuring out who I was as my own artist and writing my own music and stuff. And that just over the years kind of built up, and then we started recording in 2015, and through many, maybe 8 to 10 different sessions with my producer, finished the album in, I want to say, June or July of 2018.
Yeah, and the album just came out June of this year is when the album came out. So you had everything written and recorded before the release. I want to talk about a couple of the songs because 2 of them made it to #1. The first one, Distance. The second one, your latest release, also made it to #1, which is crazy. Now, the first time I saw you perform Distance, I saw you on Jimmy Kimmel, and I saw you on the Today Show. And that was my first exposure to you. And I gotta be honest, I was absolutely blown away. And Distance, to this day, every time I listen to it, I get chills. I think that's a song that everyone could relate to, because I believe it's a song about losing someone we love. You wrote it as a tribute to your dad. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, I think it's overall, while it may have a specific meaning for me, I like to write songs and lyrics in a way that anybody can kind of insert themselves into it and take their own meaning from it. So overall, I think it's just a song about loss and losing someone or something very important to you, and knowing that relationship is never really over.
And you had the opportunity to play that song for your dad. Is that correct?
Yeah, he loved it.
He loved it. I was going to ask you if we could ask his reaction, but of course he loved it because it's a phenomenal song. Went to #1. All right, so the tour with Guns N' Roses. So how does that happen? Does Slash call you up and say, hey, you want to join our tour?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I heard that there was like a possibility, but it just didn't seem real because it's just so ridiculous.
Right.
And then before I knew it, Slash texted me and was like, "Well, see you out there, see you on tour." And, yeah, it's an absolute honor. It's a crazy thing to be a part of this on our very first tour ever. It's very, very insane, and I'm very thankful to be here every day.
Yeah. So I know, well, I will say that you guys are coming to South Florida. You're doing 2 shows coming up soon within the next 2 weeks, October 2nd and 3rd, Hard Rock Live in Hollywood. Have you ever been to Hard Rock in Hollywood?
I have not. I've been to Hollywood, but I don't think I've ever specifically been to
The
the.
reason I ask is because I think you're going to love it. It's a great venue and it's just a great location. And there's this big towering guitar in the sky. If you've ever seen pictures of it,
Yeah.
you're going to love it. And for everyone who wants to go to the show, I suggest getting tickets really soon because from what I understand, the shows are selling out. But so you agree to do this tour with Guns N' Roses, and then you decide, I think I'm going to do some headlining shows in between the Guns N' Roses dates. I guess you just don't like to sleep or rest.
Yeah. It's just a lot of work. I mean, but overall, it's just such a good time, just being able to go out here and play music, and people are enjoying it. It's a dream.
So I understand that the shows with Guns N' Roses here in Hollywood will be the last of the shows with Guns N' Roses, and then the remainder of the tour is your headlining shows, and I'm not seeing any in Florida. I'm wondering, will you add any more this time around?
I'm sure it's very possible. I think that's why I always tell people whenever they're like, "Hey, why don't you come here?" It's like, well, we'll get there eventually. We are playing in, I think it's Orlando before we go to Hollywood.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, sure. I think you have one date in Orlando before coming here to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And the fans are really looking forward to that. So, listen, I see your social media posts, and I have to tell you that besides being such a talented musician, I think you're an incredible comedian because I laugh out loud at some of the stuff you post.
Thank you.
I do. And for fans that don't know, you should follow Wolfgang on social media because you actually interact with the fans. Like, it's you responding. It's not your manager. It's
a lot of people don't like
else.
that, but I guess it's the price I pay for being so available. I guess there's a lot of downtime on tour, and some people are like, well, why are you on here? And it's like, because I don't know. Bus call is at 4 and I can't sleep, so I'm gonna make jokes.
Well, you do, and it's very entertaining, and I really enjoy seeing them. I love what I guess has become the "I'm not freaking playing Panama" joke, which I guess originated from some fans expecting you to be doing Van Halen covers on your tour, which you are not. You are not a Van Halen cover band. You are your own guy. So let people know what they could expect from your show.
Yeah, just all original Mammoth material. You come to a Mammoth show, you'll hear Mammoth songs.
And the tour, I want to say, is a family affair because I see posts from your mom, and it seems like she's out on the road with you a lot.
Yeah, she comes out every chance she can in between work. It's nice.
Do you love having her on?
Yeah, she's definitely the tour mom, that's for sure.
I could tell. And, it's so obvious that she, reasonably so, is beaming with pride over the success that you have seen. I've been a fan of your mom, Valerie Bertinelli, for folks that don't know, forever. And I just love seeing that the pride that she has in you. And one of her posts said, touring now is a little harder than it was back in my 20s or something along those lines. And I could totally relate to that. So we know that you have these mad musical skills. Have you acquired any of your mom's cooking skills?
Cooking, no. I'm bad at that, but acting, theater was one of the few classes I got an A in, so maybe I should keep digging over there.
Well, it's interesting because I was going to ask you that. Like, you probably always knew you wanted to be a musician. You started playing at such an early age. Did you ever consider, being a chef or an actor?
Yeah, because I did a little bit in high school.
So, Wolf, what is next when this tour concludes? Do you have anything planned yet? Are you going to take some time off? Are you going to write? Are you going to get back in the studio?
We've got a lot of things down the pipeline that we're planning to get out there more. I know next year is probably going to be pretty busy. But any downtime I do have, I'm going to spend trying to get ready for the next album. I'm really excited to record some more. I've been sitting with this batch of songs for so long. It's new to everybody, but for me, it's like it's old news. So I'm excited to new stuff.
Well, we love the new song, Don't Back Down. I mean, that's a complete rocker. And we're going to put videos up on our website for folks who may have not seen it. And I wanted to direct everyone to your website as well, which is mammothwvh.com. So once again, we're really looking forward to it. Less than 2 weeks away, Hard Rock Live, Hollywood, Mammoth at WVH with Guns N' Roses. It's going to be a spectacular evening of music. I think it's going to be one that people are going to remember for a long time. So get those tickets while you can. Wolfgang, thanks so much for just stopping in to talk with us today. You're just a pleasure, and congratulations on all the success. I wish you so much more.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Talk to you again soon.
Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.